Hey all you action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here with another T&I toy review. And today's review is in association with MarvelousNews.com, your #1 news source for everything Marvel. And for today's review, I'm going to be taking a look at the brand new Marvel Legends 6-inch Avengers Infinity War Black Widow figure from Hasbro. Now this figure comes packaged in the same style that we've been seeing with all the Marvel Legends. Up at the top you've got the Legends series logo. At the very top you've got the A symbol for Avengers. You've got the figure clearly displayed in the window box. Down below you've got the Avengers Infinity War movie logo and the name of the character. Then on the sides of the packaging you have some artwork for Black Widow, and then on the back of the packaging you have a look at the actual figure, a brief bio in multiple languages, and then down below look at all the figures in the wave that you need to get in order to complete the Cull-Obsidian Build-A-Figure. Alright, let's get this open and take a look at what's inside. Okay, so here's a look at the figure outside the packaging along with the other contents. Now first of all, this figure comes with the torso section for the Cull-Obsidian Build-A-Figure, and I will be taking a look at the Cull-Obsidian figure in its own review once I've looked at all the other figures in this wave, so be sure to check back for that. Now for actual accessories for the figure itself, first of all you get two different pairs of hands with this figure, so you get a pair of closed-fisted hands and then you get a pair of open grip hands for holding the weapons that she comes with. Switching out the hands is easy. You just pop off the hand you want to replace. It attaches with a little peg on the hand and the hole in the arm, and then you just plug in the hand you want to replace it with and it should fit in there pretty easily and does fit nice and tight. Weapons, first of all, she comes with this pair of what they officially call disc shooters, and I don't actually remember her using these in the movie. She probably did and I just don't remember. To me these look more like tasers. They're just done with black plastic, but they're kind of shaped like a flashlight or something, which is what reminds me of them being tasers. As long as you have the grip hands on the figure, she'll hold the disc shooters in either hand, and she does hold them nice and tight. And then they've also included these holsters for them, so you can just slide them in there. And they stay in there pretty good. If you turn the figure upside down, they might fall out, but for the most part, they actually stay in there pretty tight. And then finally, you get a pair of the batons that you see her use in the movie, and these are done with a rubber type plastic, so they may come out of the packaging a little warped. You can see mine are a little bit bent, which you often see with staff-like weapons in the Marvel Legend line. It would have been nice if they'd maybe used a little more stiffer plastic with these. And you've got the metallic silver and then just black. It's a black plastic, and you've got some sculpting detail on the handle. And then you can use it as two separate batons, or you can connect them here in the middle and use it as a larger staff as she does in the movie. Now the one thing that's kind of disappointing about these is they did not actually include a place for her to store these on her back like you see in the movie. I think it would have been really cool if they had given us an attachment piece, maybe even just as a separate piece that you could plug into her back. Maybe they didn't do that because she's got this vest which is removable, and I'll show you that in a second. But as it is, she can put these in her hands, and she does, again, as long as you have the grip hand, she does hold these nice and tight in her hands, but otherwise there's no place to store these on her back like you see in the movie, which is a little disappointing. Now for the figure itself, with the head sculpt, I think they've done a really nice job. So this version of Black Widow has the blonde hair, and I think they've done a nice job with that. You've got some nice wash effect in the blonde hair, so you've got the brighter yellow and then a darker beige color mixed in throughout, so I like that. I think they've done a really nice job with the face sculpt and nailing Scarlett Johansson. I like the paint applications, good skin tone, good colors on the eyes, good colors on the lips. So overall they've done a really nice job with the head sculpt, and I would say overall the head sculpts in the second wave of Infinity War figures is much better than the Infinity War figures that we saw in the first wave Hasbro gave us. So for the rest of the figure, I think Hasbro's done a pretty nice job here. Now as I mentioned before, she's wearing this green vest which is removable, and I'll show you that in a second, but I like the overall detailing with it. You've got the black with the little checkered pattern here on the sides, and then you've got some metallic silver for zippers and buckles and stuff, and she's got these straps, and you even have some detailing here on the back. Now this is where basically the little harness is supposed to be, where she puts her batons. Again, unfortunately that is missing from the figure, but otherwise I think they did a pretty good job with the detailing on this vest. Now the vest is done with a rubber material, and then if you want to remove it, best way to do it is to pop the figure's head off, and then you just unsnap it here on the side, and then you just kind of lift up. You want to make sure you put the right arm straight up. That's the easiest way, and then you just kind of ooey it off of her. Usually it comes off pretty easily, but of course There you go. So it just lifts off and then you can snap the head on. And underneath you got some nice detailing, again with that kind of rigid pattern on the sides here, so it looks kind of like it's leather. She's got, you know, her shirt is unzipped a little bit here, and then she's got the metallic silver buckle with the red for her widow symbol. She's got these holsters, which are a separate piece done with a gray type rubber plastic, and they're attached to the legs here. Now these straps are actually sculpted on the legs, but the belt itself is actually a separate piece. And for the rest of the figure, you've mostly got the black. You got a little bit of gray here on the arms and on the legs here with the straps, but otherwise it's basically just black. But overall, nice detailing. She's also got her stingers that she wears on her wrist, and that's done with the metallic silver. You got some sculpting detail there and some black, so those look pretty good as well. Now Black Widow here stands right about 6 inches tall. Here's a comparison with the Winter Soldier movie Black Widow figure and then the Age of Ultron Black Widow figure, and definitely out of these three I think the new one is the best version of the character. Just in case if you're wondering, you can switch out the head, so if you want to give your Age of Ultron Black Widow the blonde hair and your Infinity War Black Widow the red hair, you can switch out the head sculpt. Here's a comparison with the Infinity War Steve Rogers figure. Here's a comparison with the Infinity War Scarlet Witch figure and the Black Panther Okoye figure. And for one last comparison, here's a look at the Infinity War Proxima Midnight with the new Black Widow figure. Okay, so for articulation on this one, you can turn the head to the left and to the right, and she can look down really good, and she can look up pretty good as well. She can also pivot her head to the left and the right a little bit. Arms attached with your standard ball hinge joint there at the shoulder, so she can get her arm out good. She's got good rotation there at the shoulder. She does not have a bicep swivel, only has the single hinged elbow because she's a female Marvel Legend, but she can still bend her elbow pretty decently. She also has rotation there at the elbow. She has rotation at the wrist, hinges on the hand, so good up and down movement there. She has a midsection joint. Now when you have the vest on, you don't really get that movement with the midsection, but you can rotate there at the midsection. She really can't crunch forward though, but you can look back a little bit. You can also pivot to the left and the right a little bit there. Does not have a waist swivel. The legs, she can do the splits that much. She can get her leg forward pretty good and can only do her leg back about that much. Does have a thigh swivel, double jointed knee, so good bending there at the knee. And then with the feet, you've got hinges, so up and down movement. And she does have ankle pivot and 2 peg holes on the bottom of the feet. Okay, so that's my review. So overall, I think this is a really nice figure. I really like the head sculpt with this one. I like the overall detailing on the figure itself. And by far, I think this is the best Black Widow movie figure we've gotten to date. My only complaint with the figure is that they did not provide a way to attach those batons to her back. If they had done that, I think this figure would have been near perfect. Now this figure, along with the rest of the wave, should start hitting shelves at the end of this month or early June. It is currently up for pre-order at places like Big Bad Toy Store. We'll have a full image gallery up at marvelousnews.com. There'll be a link in the video description below. As always, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you're so inclined, please like the video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel by hitting that button down below. I'd really appreciate it. You can also follow me on my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch accounts. I have links to all those in the video description as well. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.